British GS has never driven so fast.
He's basically got 2 minutes. I'm going to load up the actual stream as well so I can see if any questions come in. And then it gives us an extra view. Yeah, it says we're live.
How do I share it?
There's a share button.
I can't see it. I've got the dots, stats, report, loop. There's no share.
Oh, you're on mobile. Not sure.
Yeah.
I have done share. I think this is.
Who's that from?
Are you also? Is Bryn also wolfing his food down?
I've got 2 crackers, that's my dinner. Right, how do I do the sharing thing?
Load up the live stream on YouTube and hit share button.
The YouTube.
It says all watching now. Go. Apparently.
Go on, Bam, do your intro. Like we're...
And it rolls on its own, I think. Yeah.
Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Shooting the Shift. We're live again. It's our birthday!
Happy birthday to us.
I'm not totally sharing it as we speak.
Obviously.
We've got 2 concurrent viewers, so well done to those people that are viewing already. We are magically live from all of our own homes at once. Through the magic of some software and stuff. Bryn's just finishing his tea because he got home 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, if any of you have a problem with crunching, bollocks to you.
It's ASMR, right?
Yeah. Do the ASMR.
Bryn ASMR.
Bryn, just for the beginning, while everybody tunes in, why don't you just do ASMR chewing into the microphone?
No, because I'm just going to get crumbs into my keyboard.
No one needs that.
So, as always, everyone, super professional from us tonight. I am literally just sharing it as well.
And if you get bored of us talking, you can watch Blue's Clues in the background.
I'm not wearing a hat. I feel left out. That's better.
All right, wicked. That's shared on Facebook. So, anyway. Oh, we've got 7 concurrent viewers. There are people
Want to see our faces?
the
internet.
That famous drifty person who I've heard of, Jojo McDonald's on.
Oh, hello, Jojo.
Hi, Jojo.
The magical Nicole is on. Greetings. See you in the morning in the office. It's a bit manic. We've been doing this for 52 weeks now. Although it says episode 50, we had some time off for a couple of weeks. But I think that's good going. We started this thing last year when a few of us were struggling because of that bat-eating virus. What everybody was locked up for a while for.
I'd just like to point out, I loved that time. I didn't have to see anyone. It was like everyone was dead. It was fantastic.
Commuting was easy for you, wasn't it?
Did you have to go in the whole way through that, Bryn?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bryn
There were
never
days when
stopped
I was
much.
there. Yeah, I was the only one in the office some days. It was fantastic. I got so much done.
I didn't have a single day off during lockdown.
Hey, Bryn, Will's here as well.
I We love Will.
Wait,
Good old
which Will?
Will,
British
Mr. Fisher.
farmer Will.
Bryn, your favourite egg-loving friend is here.
Oh God, I thought she was busy.
She's got to catch them all.
Thought you'd escaped.
Oh,
Let's go back to Will. We like Will.
Lindsay, I've got you.
If I want to know if something is too sketchy to do or not, I ask Will. And if Will says it's too sketchy, it's too sketchy.
Really important point. Just 1 second. Lindsay, there are like 2 Pokemon slaps left in stock. We only ever print 50 of them. Go do a Pokemon buy now. If I don't see the order in this episode, you've let Bryn down.
If I don't have a spare one of those, because I think I did buy a spare one, I need to get one for the RX-8.
You better hurry up then, mate, because I've just told the internet how many's left in stock.
So, apart from questions, what's the week's subjects?
This week's subject is like the winter plans. What we up to? What we doing? But I'm going to open the questions because last time we went right to the end of the episode when Bryn was very drunk and then got asked a technical question. We're going to open the bidding with, from Roxy Hatswell, customer extraordinaire, has bought many slaps from us. What is best? Which do you guys prefer? Vent to air, recirculation, or half and half, and why? Pros and cons, etc.
Are we talking about blow-off valve or breathers?
Both,
I'm
Bryn.
assuming blow-off valve. Well, the best answer is none because the best answer is recirculating because you lose no boost and also you don't surge the turbo. But vent to air also makes really cool noises if you've got one of those little whistly boys in there.
The screamer pipe.
No, the little, what are they called? Like an HKS SSQV.
I've got one of them.
There we go.
You can always rely on
HKS on it.
That's the one. I've even got the interchangeable nozzles for it, so I can change the pitch of the.
It's all about the choo for me. As anyone knows that's been in my car or been chased by me, it's all about the choo.
Yeah, I've been chased by you and it's just in your ear the whole time. You're behind me.
I really want an adjustable 50-50 recirc one, so you get like a little choo and then it goes.
Okay.
Friend up I think it's a Bosch one out of a Golf that's a like 50-50, half recirculating, half atmospheric, and that was very, very cool.
That sounds slightly more fun. Yeah, I only bought the little nozzle that changes the thing because it was purple and fit better with the colour scheme.
And it had HKS written on it, right?
Well, it had HKS on the blow-off valve, Milt, so of course it did. You know, there's sometimes, Milt, there's points where you point out that I like to buy expensive crap where it's worthwhile, and then there's other points where it just makes you look stupid, and that was the latter.
He did admit it was crap, though.
What was that?
You did say expensive crap, though.
I did. Jojo says Milton's car sounds pretty naughty.
It does.
It is pretty naughty when it's damaging the grass at Yakushu because he can't get it up a hill.
That would never happen. It's not how Milton. He's famous for being responsible.
Pretty sure there's a video of it over on our TikTok, actually.
That sounds like someone else was driving.
And I may have ruined one of my old bumpers by crashing into a gate.
Yeah, that happened.
So, the next important question for Bryn has come in.
Oh, God.
What car would be the dry scrambled egg of the car world?
The dry, as in like everybody else likes it, but they're absolutely wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'll come back to you on that one.
Nissan Juke.
No, wrong again.
Nissan Qashqai.
And again, wrong. Any modern VAG car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm just there. That's it. That is the answer. Because they break. They're not reliable. German reliability is a lie.
I mean, I did see a Reddit post and they were complaining about Golfs and they were saying, oh yeah, the infotainment system. and the screens for the dials and that just randomly reset while you're driving down the motorway. So you have to pull over on the hard shoulder and turn your car off to reset it.
Bryn, I've bought you too much time. You've got to answer the questions. And the Blue Boys are here.
Oh God, not the Blue Boys. I'm trying to think of one of those cars that you see everywhere, and everyone's always like, "Ah!" And to tell you what, actually, the dry scrambled egg of the car world is any modern Rocket Bunny kit. I'm throwing it out there. I'm just gonna leave with that.
Wow.
Any new
Bold.
Rocket Bunny RX-7 or the 350Z kit. There's your answer. Does that count?
Okay, right. So,
Loads of questions coming in.
yeah. Who would win in a fight, Goku or an MX-5?
I mean, it's clearly Goku.
Yeah. Goku wins all.
Okay.
MX-5 is always the answer, but Goku's going to win.
So, I'm going to throw this out there. It could be the MX-5 because it depends which Goku we're talking about. I actually have a godchild who is called Goku.
Oh, well, yeah, you'd probably run him over real good, so...
Yeah.
Assuming the MX-5 doesn't rust away before you get
So, in this particular case, MX-5 is still the answer.
Always the answer.
Fighting children with a car.
Wait. If Goku wins everything, but MX-5 is always the answer, what's the answer to that question?
Schrodinger's cat.
Schrodinger's MX-5 battle.
What?
So, Goku wins all.
Is that a thing?
Well, according to these two, yes.
Okay.
And MX-5 and Miata is always the answer. Immovable object, unrelenting force, boys. We fucked the universe. It's like if you type Google into Google.
Goku just gets in the MX-5 and goes for a lovely drive around the Californian sunset.
Yeah, and then everybody wins.
Okay,
Yeah.
Everybody wins. God, that might sound a little bit socialist for me. Ugh. Next question.
Moving on.
Who's your favourite Pokemon?
Oh.
Didn't we do this at Yakushi?
No.
Oh, we did, but not live.
I mean, it's probably Charizard.
Rowlet's a good choice.
It's probably Charizard. Fire and a dinosaur,
Yeah, I'm gonna fire Doggo.
I'm with Bryn on this one, I'm afraid.
No, I already picked it. You've got to have a new one.
I kind of like Tropico. Tropico? It's from Pokemon Ruby.
Fuck it, because I'm backed into a corner. Ditto.
You can be whatever you want.
I'll lend you Charizard, because I'll have that other one from the next one that's also a fire dinosaur.
Okay.
Whatever that one's called. Matt will know.
Typhlosion?
Yeah, that sounds like one of them.
Look, not alcohol. It's weird. I don't trust it.
It's a Monday.
Got the next question for Bryn.
All right.
It's from the Blue Boys.
Oh, come on. It's going to be when you're painting your car blue.
No.
It's not actually. That's the next one. When ITBs.
When ITVs. When the 1.6 blows up. I thought I'd killed it on Sunday, but it turns out I haven't. We've decided it's fine. So, not yet, but when the 1.6 turbo blows up, ITB builds.
Wait, the 1.6 turbo...
What's
the 1.6 turbo that you've just finished building?
Yeah, when that blows up, I'm going to build a VVT ITB engine.
Whoa,
I
there is...
what the rest of the story where you nearly blew it up is.
Yeah.
Stories for that.
It was getting quite hot because I've been going out doing polls like all Sunday, mapping it in, getting it ready for pod, doing polls.
Yes, mapping.
It's been quite hot, so I thought I'll pull over and I'll let it sit and I'll get a little video for the gram, give it a few revs. And I gave it a few revs and lots of blue smoke came out the back. And I was like, well, that's non-preferred. Bit of a worry. But I've spoken to a few people since, Mr. Josh Hector and the guys from Boffy, and basically it sounds like the running in oil that's been in it for the last 300 miles, you're not meant to run it for that long. Nobody told me this. So it's basically water thin, and a very hot car with very thin oil means all the oil was just probably going past the rings. So I did an oil change when I got home on Sunday and revved it up after the oil change. No smoke. So we've decided it's okay.
Okay.
You got nothing on my car when overheating.
Yeah, well, yours can survive. Mine will be all right.
The miracle engine.
Top road trip holiday location, and what car would you take?
Somewhere in Japan.
No. You, like somewhere we can easily drive to. I'm gonna set.
So you're saying starting here?
If we were starting from my house,
That'd be a 4x4.
My house then.
right? So where are you going, Bryn?
I'm going back home. There's nothing worth doing around here.
I've got 2 destinations.
Okay, go on then. Let's hear it.
After watching Car Throttle's vlog, it's the NC500. It looked like a great laugh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or it's what hopefully might be doing next year if it goes ahead. Is a road trip across America.
Yeah, that's a good shout. I am pro. Actually, thinking about it, I am pro Milton's multi-state road trip. I've done one of those.
Yeah.
In fact, I've done 2 of those in my time already. They were quite fun. What I actually did for one of those was not have like a proper like sports car for the road trip, but had a Lincoln Navigator. That was
cool.
Awesome, because I just like when I couldn't find a hotel, I slept in it. That was the US massive SUV traveling cross country. Brilliant plan.
Is the NC500 the Scottish one?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to pick that because I shit you not, I actually had a dream before I bought the GS that I was doing a road trip in Scotland in a GS.
Well,
so I'm picking that.
Are we doing this in the summer then?
Were there cameras in that dream, Bryn?
Cameras?
Because there's going to be cameras in the reality of us doing that.
Is this VRS NC500 next year confirmed?
We are not doing NC500 because we wouldn't want to be accused of copying Car Throttle. But we will find a better road trip in Scotland. Maybe up through the glens and the mountainy bits. Just straight up the fucking middle.
There's a similar one, North Wales. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but I've seen a few people doing
North
that.
Wales. So actually, for a day road trip for me, who lives very close to North Wales, my MX-5 and the Evo Triangle with no speed cameras.
That's the one, Evo Triangle. I couldn't remember what it was called.
I know Mr. Dan, who's currently watching, really wants to go to North Wales in his MX-5 now.
Okay.
I know he does.
So we can do a summer trip then.
Yeah, we'll do something in summer that involves us driving around and probably some Airbnbs so we can watch Bryn get stressed out that he's not gone home.
As long as I don't have to drive, I'm in.
I think
you can hold the camera then.
Yeah, you can sit in the back of my car filming everybody out the boot. How's that?
That sounds fantastic. I hate that.
Right, next question. Question for all of us. If you had an unlimited budget, what drift car would you build?
There's 2 answers for this one.
Yeah, I'd build like 5. I can't.
Yeah.
You're gonna pick one.
So
I'm gonna open this with something to learn to drift in that wouldn't use all my unlimited budget. Because
you're not an established drifter already.
I don't like the sideways. Controversial point in this room, I know, and probably for half our audience. I totally appreciate it as an art form, and I think anyone who can do it is great, and I love watching it. Driving it is not for me.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair, and I get
Matt,
that.
what would you build?
RX-7 FC.
Yeah.
I'd do exactly what I'm doing now, but I'd have the budget to put a quad rotor in it.
What am I saying here? Unlimited budget, Lexus LFA drift car.
Yeah.
Isn't there one in Japan?
Yeah. Yeah, it already exists. But for me, I'd do an FC, but I'd be able to put a 4-rotor in
it. I'm with Matt on the 4-rotor, and if you'd asked me before, I would have always said an FD with a 4-rotor, turbo 4-rotor in it, but I still want that engine. I'm not sure what I'd put it in, but I want something heavier, something bigger and something heavier with a 4-rotor.
GS300.
Maybe a GS300, maybe.
A quad-rotor GS400.
There is one. It exists.
It exists.
By Carl Thompson, and it was amazing. So yeah, I'll go with that.
Okay, fair enough.
So the answer should be it's an MX-5 because the MX-5 is always the answer. But
reality is
I don't. Unlimited budget is hard, but I'd like to try. I've driven a 350Z once. I'd like to try one that's really, really lightweight, turboed, with plenty of power, like carbon Kevlar, fiberglass, and all that lot. Gutted out to the nuts, an angle, and just. You don't.
This is a plug. This is a plug. Milton knows where there is one.
It's alright, Nicole's just come up and said Volvo quadrotor.
Oh, that's a good shout.
Volvo 240 Estate quadrotor. I'm in.
But
I'm done.
Also, if you're doing a Volvo Estate, it has to be a sleeper.
Yeah, no, I'm down for that. We need to find someone willing to teach me a drift for a series.
I can teach you. Will says bigger, heavier. What about a Land Rover?
No, go home.
No. I've seen a V8 drift Land Rover before.
Okay,
that's just stupid.
I'll see if I can hunt the video out.
Wait, drift toaster. That's what we need.
It's just Forza in real life. I got the next question.
Yeah, Kirtan. How do your partners deal with the car situation?
I can answer this one. Lots and lots of alcohol.
Mine has her own drift car and her own modified daily, so that's pretty easy.
I have a deal whereby as long as she has the same number of cars as me at the point that I buy a new car, it's okay.
Yeah, we've adopted the same rule.
I like that one.
I can answer the question.
The only problem at the moment is she's got one less car than me. So will someone sell her a race car cheap so I can have a new toy?
That's also the situation I'm in.
No, the answer is to that is get an understanding, Mrs. There's no point being someone that doesn't support you and your dreams.
Oh no, my missus.
That was really deep.
This the thing. We're already into cars, so just put it up front.
Yeah.
And failing that, get loads of plants because they actually turn carbon dioxide into oxygen. So they love the cars and the emissions that they create.
How many plants you got, Bryn?
I'm just thinking.
So many plants.
I'm just imagining. Remember that time where Jeremy Clarkson strapped a greenhouse to the back of a Range Rover? The exhaust went straight into the greenhouse. That's Bryn in the future with his GS300.
That's how I'm going to justify running it.
Yeah.
This is
a big greenhouse.
This is my farm on the back of my boat. So the car situation, you've got to find someone who's understanding. Like, from the offset, Amy knew that I had a small fleet already.
Small something.
Yeah, we all know I've got a tiny dick, Milton. It's fine.
That's why he's got the Stagia.
Yeah. I meant wallet, but okay, we'll
go. Got the Stagia. It's the ultimate compensator. Deal with it.
Especially that exhaust.
Right, one for Bren.
Oh god.
And this all depends on whether or not Bren actually watched the episode that we did without him the other week.
I did not.
So, if you didn't watch Bren, we started a rumor about you on the internet.
Oh, good.
And one of the audience wants to know, how did you take the transition from being Nunu on the Teletubbies to being a host on Shooting the Shift?
It wasn't easy. I'm not gonna lie. There was quite a transition to make from the tubby custard devouring to actually having to talk to three people who say more words than meow or whatever the Teletubbies say. I don't know why they're out now.
No, I didn't know the Teletubbies were cats, Brad.
I don't know. It's been like 25 years since I've watched it.
I never watched it. I just knew there was a vacuum cleaner called Nunu on it and started an internet
rumor. Too old.
Who is doing the Mega Pod Day on the 15th of December? I am not.
I may be attending, but I probably can't afford a drive.
That question is from Mr. Tom Sinclair.
Okay.
Oh, that is who Midnight Potato is.
Yeah.
That's an epic username.
And a very important question is, why does Milton smell so bad? It's because he doesn't shower. We all know that.
Yeah.
I mean, the rolling in fox shit's a bit excessive, but...
What makes Milton smells bad?
Midnight Potato.
Oh.
That's why he's got no roof on the drift car, so that when you get in next to him, you can't smell it.
That's why he's got no interior either, so it can't soak in.
Yeah.
So there was cucumber juice soaked into my car.
Did you leave it in the car?
Where was it? Wait,
Behind the passenger seat, and it had done 2 Drift Taxi events.
Oh.
the worst bit about that is, Bryn, how do you feel that Milton stole your cucumber?
Mate, you can have it, because I would have done the same thing. Lift his car as well.
So while we were at Yakushi, I found a magazine called Ryan's World and brought it for Milton back to the.
I've still got it somewhere.
And Bryn said he wished that more people would bring vegetables to shows for food, so I bought him a cucumber, which is a fruit, apparently. Who knew?
Yeah, it's not a vegetable, so I still didn't get my wish.
It's a fruit.
But we did get some fantastic promo pictures.
So what Bryn is saying is, on the 15th, that sounds about everybody needs to bring in some vegetables.
Potatoes. Right, I'm starting a group buy on potatoes. Mary Pipers.
Chris.
Bryn's going to have a lifetime supply of vegetables after that day.
Chris says you're a vegetable, Bryn.
I am a vegetable.
So apparently we've got to ask Milton about his recent gold medal.
Don't want to brag, but
He had it to hand.
I don't want to brag, but I should have the bronze, silver, and the gold. I was fastest across all races. Just
Yeah, we.
I mean, how many other things have you won this year?
Speaking of other things, so Formula G's new owner is going to be joining us one week. So,
awesome.
It's a new bit of news for everybody. We've been having a little bit of back and forth after they approached us to have a little conversation that we will be continuing. And the guys from UK Lowriders will be on as well.
Nice. That would be a good one, because
I hate to break it to you boys, but someone has just placed an order.
Oh. Has the plugs worked?
The plugs have worked. Matt, I don't think you're getting a replacement Charizard sticker, mate.
To be honest, I think I bought 2, one for the RX-7. So I may have a spare anyway, but I don't think I'll put that on the RX-8 because that won't be lasting long.
So actually, there's a few orders coming today. That's interesting.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, people, for making our dreams come true. Also, other news, we are officially a third of the way to the point where you have to watch ads when we put stuff up.
Oh, good.
Everybody's looking forward to that.
I'm gonna put them right at the beginning and only at the beginning, so you can skip them and stuff. Not gonna be one of those YouTubers who put stuff in the middle. That's not what we're about.
Every 5 minutes.
Yeah, but we will occasionally do sponsorships with Manscaped if they want to give us money. But Matt will do all the adverts.
When are we sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends?
What?
We're not going to get sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, Milton.
What? What are you people saying? What's the word?
Bryn doesn't watch a lot of
He's
YouTube.
talking about one of those games on your mobile phone, Bryn.
It's a mobile game that they sponsor literally every YouTuber across every platform.
Rage Cheddar Legend.
Raid
Shadow Legends.
Oh, I know what any of you.
Some days, Bryn, it's like talking to a granddad.
And Chris has perfectly coined that with "How is Bryn so out of touch?"
So, Brent, what we need you to do is just take your hat off, fully off, all the way off, and I want you to just have a L'Oreal because you're worth it moment with your hair, please.
Oh, but
So it's all right. Nicole's mother is asking Bryn to do mullet things.
Got to do it slowly.
This kind of works out for that.
The tongue coming out us all.
Don't tell
I'm
him.
gonna get the bubble out.
It's long enough to tie up now. That's why.
There you go, Nicole's mum. That's just for you. What else we got?
Yeah, everyone's bringing potatoes to Pud, so you can do engine bay cooked jack kit potatoes.
I'm not gonna lie, I have cooked up pizza at a drift day on my turbo manifold.
Yeah, it works quite well. Mythbusters did a whole episode, and they cooked a proper Sunday roast on a car.
Yeah.
I'm all about that. If someone wants to bring a small brisket, like
I am looking at the comments right now, and I have read the comment. The most recent comment has just made my day. So, some of you will remember right at the beginning of this, we took the piss out of Matt, and we might have done it for a little bit too long. And to see someone reference those early episodes is actually quite entertaining, with them saying that Bryn is more granddad than granddad.
And the person that's commented it as well.
So it's all right. Bryn is now a cheddar legend.
I am the cheddar legend.
We will drop a T-shirt that just says Cheddar Legend on it for those of you that want it. I'll get one of the artists to draw it up. One of them's watching right now, so anime cheddar by the morning, please.
Nunu sucking up cheddar.
Nunu snorting a line of cheddar. That's what we need.
I understand what's happening.
Oh, sorry, Bam. Is that appropriate?
He's made a better sign.
He's made a future reference to a meme that nobody's seen yet.
That is valid.
I was going to say.
That's very meta.
So, Bryn, you had some questions on someone had Bryn's post up. There was some questions on Bryn's.
People have asked questions on my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, on Facebook.
Ooh.
You're the only popular one of the four of us.
And Nicole's mum says your hair is as good as your legs, Bryn.
There's a lot to unpack.
So what I want to know is, Matt, what's it like having Bryn as your future father-in-law?
Daddy Bryn. Are you going to call him Daddy or Father?
You're going to get everything you've ever wanted for Christmas.
Yeah, that means every time I ask him for engineering advice and help, he can't charge me because that's not what in-laws do.
But he's also going to be banging your mum.
Are you sure that's not what in-laws do, mate?
Yeah.
Who thinks that I've got questions? I've got two. One is Lindsay complaining that we're doing it at 8, and the other one is how many plants is too many plants. Where are you seeing these questions?
One is Lindsay, who complained we're doing it at 8 and then turned up at 8.
Because she's a good egg.
She is a good egg.
Chris was the egg.
But how many plants is too many plants?
N
plus 1. Where n is the current number of plants you own.
No, still wouldn't be too many plants.
N
there
plus
is no such thing as too many.
What about n plus 2n plants?
That sounds like a geometric progression, I think.
It's the same answer to the question.
That would actually be an exponential progression, Bryn, but you know.
Cool, we'll go with that.
I'd like to clarify, I just out-scienced the guy with the actual engineering qualification.
No, that was maths. That is an entirely different bullshit-ass subject that has no place in my life.
Apart from the fact you're an engineer that does maths.
I know, begrudgingly.
Bryn, didn't we spend 20 minutes using Excel to work out how much exhaust wrap we're going to need?
Oh, that was beautiful. Me and Milton made a spreadsheet to calculate how much exhaust wrap you need.
There was B plus 1 times 3. It was. There was
equations.
There were equations.
Okay.
To answer the question, it's 5 meters per. You need 5 meters of exhaust wrap per 1.2 meters worth of 2.5-inch exhaust.
Good to know.
Bryn learnt you learnt Milton a thing.
Yeah.
We learned it together.
Got brisket in stock for you, Bryn. It's in your Instagram inbox.
Who's got brisket in stock? What do you sell normally?
Midnight potato.
Yeah, if you sell potatoes at midnight, then you need to do something else during the day.
You've got to put some brisket in the baked potato that you've made at midnight.
I'm got brisket in stock. It's good by the 3rd of December.
Cook it, freeze it.
Dan says that you need marshals to allow hot lapping so that you can cook lunch.
We do hot lapping anyway. It's five laps ago. Or
Or
4, depending. It's going to be 4. It's Disney.
if you don't spin, you might get 5 laps.
I think this
And
is
if it's-
actually the weekend that I'm away at.
Well, it's a
Mims.
Wednesday.
So it's a Wednesday, so it's not a weekend.
Well, it's the same week as the weekend I'm away at Mims again. I'm going to hang out with some Honda boys and be cool.
So lots of vaping and
I genuinely just want to see if the kid that had the off at Mims at Three Sisters has fixed his car yet.
Bam,
Yeah.
can you answer me a science question while you're at Mims?
Okay.
Can you find whether there are any Honda owners in the universe who can reverse without blipping the throttle constantly?
Me.
Because I don't think they exist.
I don't do that in my Honda, so I am the exception that proves your rule.
I spent all day with Dave, and he didn't do that in his Honda either.
Oh my God, there's more than one of them.
that's not enough data for Bryn.
They're
Yeah,
anomalies. somewhere.
One's an anomaly, two's a coincidence, 3 is science.
3 is science.
Yeah.
As soon as three do something, you're allowed to make rules and statements and things. That's the point that a stereotype becomes legitimate. 3.
I have a question to answer.
Okay.
Ooh.
It's from Lindsay, and is there any space at Pod Takeover Day? I think all the tickets are sold, but maybe slide into Colgate's DMs. He might be able to sort you out.
It won't be full for spectators.
If not, Lindsay, what we'll do is we will sell you Milton's ticket for exactly £5 million.
I don't have a ticket.
Well, Milton, you shouldn't have fucking whispered that. You just ruined us getting £5 million.
Yeah, you're going to get half of that.
There's no comment that says I'm not willing to pay £5 million for the ticket, Bam. There is you going, I don't have a ticket. You've ruined it.
Didn't say I weren't getting in, though.
Or one shiny Charizard.
Look, what? Wait,
Oh,
what?
yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Whoa. Are we going to all pretend that Milton just didn't drink with his pinky out?
I mean, he's driving a pink MX-5.
Yeah, but like that is the epitome of upper class behaviour. So
Yes.
Oh, I have a question, and it's like a reverse question because it's for one of us and one of our viewers. And the question is,
Okay.
when is Milton's front bumper going to be pink? Because it needs to be.
Yeah, I second that.
That's sort of my fault, because it was all beautifully painted pink. You worked many hours.
Yeah.
Got it painted in 3 hours from it being rubbed down and out the paint booth and then on the way to Northern Ireland. And then the next day I decided to hit a metal fence at 60 odd miles an hour trying to copy Luke Woodham.
I'm trying to copy Luke Woodham. I like that right at the end.
Has anyone looking at chat right now? Has one
Yeah.
of our viewers just gone and created a new account as Midday Brisket?
That's
I
Tom.
think somebody's changed the name.
Yeah, but they've also taken away the profile picture for that account, which is why I think it might be a fresh account. In which case, if it is a fresh account, can you subscribe to the channel so we can get another?
Another subscriber.
Yeah.
Brent, to answer your question, it is getting done. I just need to go up there and see the guys at Firefly.
Because it really pink.
And if you use my full name on Firefly Speed Shop's website, you get 5% off.
Your full name? That's a lot of letters for me to type. I can't be asked.
That was a
I
plug.
don't even remember his name.
His name is
Wait, you have a first name?
Ryan the Dickhead Milton. That's his full name, right?
Ah, okay.
Legitimately in my head, I was like, Milton what? What is his surname? Milton what?
Milton, if you have a boy ever, can you call it Milton?
If I get away with it, yes.
Milton Jr.
Just go and change the name on the birth certificate, mate, when no one's looking.
Miltonson.
Milton Miltonson.
Brilliant.
Milton will have a good bumper for 60 seconds and then it'll be exploded again. Why?
Rear bumper and side skirts have lasted a long time.
Yeah, you've got to remember, what I'm going to tell him is when I turn up in the RX-8 to do a drift day, as long as you don't bend any arms, you can crash into it.
Don't tell him that. He loves a good crashing into things.
But more importantly, that was when the RX-7s finished, so that'll be the 25th of
Nah,
November.
he said RX.
Nah. I said RX-8 because when the MOT's done in the summer, it's all going in the MX-5.
Hang on, have you bought an RX-8?
Yeah.
Oh, I did.
Keep up.
I was gonna say, if anybody's keeping up and actually looked at my Instagram, I posted it earlier.
I have to look at you regularly at work and doing this. I don't go on your Instagram, man.
No, you don't. Besides, there's no pictures of me on my Instagram.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, just fast things.
And then X-Files.
Why Milton Keynes, Connor?
There you go.
Because Milton.
Okay.
Sort of. There we go.
It's the right colour.
You're getting a bumper
exactly.
for the 15th for being a legend.
That's what you get for plugging.
What we all want to know, because we do this every week, is when we're all getting some sweet Flyify merch to wear on the podcast.
Fly. Only misspelled.
Sure, Jojo can sort us some stickers out.
We're more likely to get 5 mil for the Charizard, apparently. Milton, don't give away that Charizard.
I mean, Lindsay, we can talk.
Milton, if you get 5 mil, can I have an RFA from you for birthday?
But
Yeah, we can all
I
do
will
that,
use my shiny mudkip, which is water type, super effective.
Oh, don't you start as well.
If we get the 5 million, we can all do our £1 million.
Right. No, we've got a lot of people here who seem to be into anime as well. So I'm gonna pluck a question out the ether. Right, your favorite anime that you've watched in the last 3 months?
Iron-Blooded Orphans.
Okay, not seen that.
I don't watch anime unless you class Pokemon.
It counts.
Pokemon is anime.
Yeah.
That's if I watched it, it would be Pokemon. Or Battlefield Friends on YouTube. That's quite funny. It's animated. That's all I've got. I'm clutching at straws here. Help me out.
Matt? I think I probably most recently watched Yu-Gi-Oh.
I went on a real 7 Deadly Sins binge again. That is a binge that happens a little bit too frequently.
You gotta rewatch it.
Yeah. There's 2 that I've ever rewatched, and that's 7 Deadly Sins and Sword Art Online and Gun Gale Online. And
I had to watch Sword Art Online again.
Sword Art Online was cool.
Yeah. Really interestingly though, so here's a bit of not car news, but like scary news. So I saw a headline of full dive VR tech being developed, and the company has, and I quote the words from the company, developed full dive technology like that used in Sword Art Online.
You mean the one where the entire premise is they get trapped and you die if you try and remove it?
Yeah, that's the one. and someone at work was like, well, why is that bad? And I'm like, watch Sword Art Online and you're gonna learn why.
Bam, I can say we've definitely gone a little bit off on a tangent and off topic.
Let's stop asking questions for a bit.
How dare they?
Whose partner? And Jojo has said she'll sort something for the new year, which I assume is us lot questioning when we get free merch to wear on the podcast. So
Jojo and Christian are good eggs.
They are good eggs. Anyone who gives me free stuff. It turns out I did some bribery training at work today, but that doesn't apply to this podcast.
Yeah, it's a different work.
Yeah. Whose partner has the coolest car? I'm going to throw Amy's Mitsubishi Challenger into the room.
No, does your partner have a car?
Yeah.
No, you're not into the one-off.
It's on the driveway.
One of its spec in the country.
No,
Yeah,
that's boring. It's Nicole. It's definitely Nicole.
Yeah. Oh, what's better though? Nicole,
Have you seen
Mazda
Amy's...
2
Mazda 2.
or
MX-5.
the MX-5?
All right, so if
Medium
we're going for lows and stents, have you seen Amy's 71 Beetle yet?
Yeah,
No.
but you didn't offer that to the plate. What you did was when Amy has a really cool Beetle or a really boring, dull-ass truck that no one gives a shit.
The truck is not boring if you drive it, right?
Okay, comment section. 71 Beetle or a fucking Mitsubishi truck.
Or a Mazda 2.
And it's not an old Mitsubishi truck.
It is an old Mitsubishi. Well, it's moderately old. It's late 90s.
Close enough.
Well, I'm waiting to see what comments come in now.
But Nicole's going to vote for her own Mazda 2.
Yeah.
She might not. Never know.
I mean, I think she's letting... Yeah, I've just seen the dog on the camera, so she's outside.
Aha! Victory!
Deep or...
What we did do, though, is say we're going to talk about our winter builds and what our plans are over the winter, and then went on a tangent on questions.
Oh, that's what you want. That's audience interaction.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to listen to me say I've just.
Will,
finished my
I hate to break this to you, but Will says the truck.
Yeah, he would say the truck.
Yeah, but he's the only one who's responded as well. Thanks, Will. I've won. No more entries.
Stop the count.
I finished my winter build. My winter build is going to be a blanket fort. That's all I'm building. It is too damn cold at this point in the year to be outside.
I am going to fix the rust holes in the Stagier's boot. And
I'm going to
and I
attempt to...
might try and finish the interior on the Spike with its furry head. I want to get all 3 cars with a deep pile fur headliner. Because sometimes in life you just need to stroke the furry wall.
I'm just thinking the Hulk car from Tokyo Drift with a big, deep purple, fluffy liner.
Yeah. Only black. Yeah, just like...
Yeah. Shag pile carpet on the roof.
Actually, I want to change my answer. I do have a winter build. It's just not mine.
Whose is it?
Is it mine?
More ITBs, boys! One of the boys has bought ITBs.
So ready for honking and choo-chooing around the track.
So much honking.
Hey, Brain, if you buy 2 more ITBs, you can put your old ones on the GS.
Oh, GS with ITBs.
That would be good. That would be good. But not as good as a GS with a turbo.
Oh, and finishing... the other one I'm doing is finishing the chassis bracing on the Toaster. Because that needs to be able to corner faster.
Yeah.
Because... That's not a scary... It feels like you're going to roll over in it. Matt, you've been out in it when I've shot
Yeah, it's Toaster. It's high-sided. They all feel like
But does it have a higher centre of gravity or is it all low?
No, I said high-sided.
Yeah,
There's not a great deal of weight up top.
So the problem we've got at the moment is I cannot find coilovers for it. Because it's the 4-wheel drive variant. No. Like, BC do a set of coilovers for the GK2, just not the 4-wheel drive GK2.
I'm sure that can be 3D printed, right?
I mean, it could be. It wouldn't work very well.
Why not?
Static glove, yo.
I think it's going to...
something else that'll fit. It's Honda. They literally have like 3 parts and they just rummage around every time there's a new model and throw combinations of them on.
I did find a very nice set of like tealy, greeny lowering springs for it, so I think that might be the way I solve the problem.
Did the company begin with T?
No. It began with
do you
P.
buy do you buy suspension that doesn't begin with T?
Oh, yeah.
Better known for brakes, but yes, Project Mu do a set of lowering springs for it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Weird, but cool.
Yep. They also do the pads and discs for it, so that's happening.
So it's a one-stop shop.
Yeah. All the bits you need, just...
Do they do chassis bracing?
No.
No.
That's from Tanabe and random unnamed brands.
Oh my god, he's put unnamed... Oh, it's only because it's underneath and nobody can see it. That's
No. The chassis bracing that has arrived and is in it, waiting to go in because it's a Christmas present, is the strut brace, and then like behind the driver's seat across the floor bar. Actually, the only named brand piece is a front chassis brace that you can't see. The rest of it is...
Oh, the front grille was named brand.
Yeah, that's Mugen. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's not... It doesn't generally contribute to the structural rigidity, though, unless you're getting something very wrong.
It's just a very strong plastic grille.
Yeah. What we got? ITBs over turbo every day.
Wrong.
Apparently you're wrong and you know it's true.
It's application specific. Just
to
like
accept.
how some cars should have a V8 and some cars should never have a V8. That's bodies.
Same applies to rotary engines that should be in everything.
Bryn, you've just offended half of the BDC. I hope you're proud of yourself.
BDC can eat my ass, put a better engine in your car.
At least there's more variety of BDC engines than there is in Formula Drift. That's 2J or V8, and there's nothing apart from Kyle Mohan's rotary, and that's
and
it. There's no
the Ferrari has got a V12, or is it a V8?
V12, I think. I think it's twin turbo V12.
That's pretty
Actually,
sick.
tell a lie. Isn't Chris Forsberg still running the
VQ?
He's
Yeah.
got VR38 now because the VQ kept dying.
So Midnight Potato says ITBs with turbos.
Are stupid. The only people who put ITBs and turbos together are sadomasochists, because that is, why would you want to just like literally quadruple the amount of leaks you could possibly have in a system?
But imagine what if you had a turbo for each ITB. Individual turbo bodies.
I have seen it on drag cars, and it's pretty cool looking.
I have seen a 4-turbo quad rotor.
Yeah, there's a 3-rotor RX-7 that I see quite a lot on Instagram that's got like boop, boop, boop on the turbos. That's pretty cool.
I have a question.
Okay.
If you could have any YouTuber's car or project or build, whose would it be and why?
Ooh.
Oh.
Now
Mad
you can
Mike's
plug
on
your
YouTube,
friends if you
so-
want.
Mad Mike's on YouTube, so just pick one of his quad rotor twin turbo MX-5.
No, I'm not counting him as a YouTuber.
Yeah.
So we're not
Do you know
talking
what?
professional guys.
Do you know what?
Yeah, no, but, like, he's not a professional video maker.
I would have the high Toyota Tacoma from Donut Media's latest season of High Low. And that's going to make Will very happy. Because it's a truck. And
Have they
Will
done
likes
another
trucks.
season of Hilo?
Yeah.
I'll have to have a look on that. The last one I watched was their 350Zs. That was an interesting watch.
I think
Will says Project Binky.
That's a good shout.
Project Binky is a good shout. Also, Will, if you haven't seen Gingium, I recommend you go and look at that MX-5.
Actually, no. I know which YouTuber's project car I'd want to have. And we've not even started it yet. Sex Spec. You know where...
Matisse.
That's the one, boys. That's the one I want.
I reckon.
So if you're watching and you're not subscribed, subscribe, because the quicker we get to the point where we get money, the quicker we start building a Sex Spec Deo Matiz, the quicker you get to laugh at us all rolling into shows.
Yeah, I reckon basically everything Taylor Ray has ever had is really, really cool. But I would have to go with one of either Hertz RX-7 or possibly Hertz GS.
I like their shark car.
The shark car's pretty cool.
And
What's that?
Either that or Aaron Cake is still, and I say still, he's been building it for 10 years, but restoring a Mazda Cosmo.
That's pretty cool.
The guy he's been making his own circuit boards and everything. He's made a full digital dash embedded in the original cowling. But he's also put an RFID chip in the back of his hand and pop-up doors on it. Yeah, so he just scans the back of his hands and it pops open.
That's quite cool.
It's cool, but I'd never do it.
It's so hard to choose, isn't it?
Yeah, you must have one because you love YouTubers.
Do I fanboy and go for Taylor Safiro is quite cool?
It's pretty cool.
Or do you go smart and go for, I think TJ Hunt's one of his supercar builds because you get the most money for it?
No.
Or Adam
you're not allowed to
LZ's
sell
new
it.
Adam's LZ's new Chaser.
The Chaser's pretty sick.
It's quite cool.
Ooh, although I did always really, really love, his last misses had that purple silhouette.
PS13.
Yeah, was that Jay-Z powered her old
Yep,
purple one?
they swapped it in a weekend. Yeah.
That was the one for me for a long time. I loved it.
Actually, I know what it is. It's the 350Z, but it's the American Chris guy, not Chris.
The American
Osberg?
guy.
No, he's friends with you, Adam LZ, but he seems to have driven that car for about 5 years now, and it's still going.
I'll tell you the other car I like is Josh's NC SR20 from Drift Games. 500 horsepower and NC.
It is an SR though.
It is.
It does,
but it's an MX-5. I mean, his NA MX-5 with 300 horsepower is still pretty cool.
That's-
on 1.6 diff and shafts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not sure how he's
Well,
doing that.
It was. Now it's on 1.8 because
Is-
it blew up.
Not anymore.
Is stolen the parts from Milton's car because somehow that works forever.
I mean, didn't he break it at Teesside and he was trying to get bits for it? And
He did.
somebody went home to get bits to come back for him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she flat out Rob Hall.
Yeah.
That happened.
Literally
That
went home, stripped his own car, and then brought the bits.
Yeah.
What a legend.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's-
you never find that in a Formula One paddock.
Yeah, they're all crying over.
Where would they go? Go home and strip bits off of the Merc A class.
That was a snort.
Kirtan's asked a question there about stickers from with anime characters on, and there's a reason we've stopped
I'm
doing.
guessing that's a very booby person.
Yeah.
No, not really.
She's fairly.
So they
He
get their
wouldn't be
armor
asking
from,
otherwise.
So they get their armor from Soul Calibur.
So the reason we've stopped doing like the Nintendo styled stuff and that is one of the places we used to advertise on Facebook has some new admins, and they don't like anything that infringes copyright being posted there. And if you have anything that infringes copyright in any way, shape, or form on your website, which is everyone who does any kind of fan art ever, they just ban you from advertising, and that means we're selling half as many slaps. So it's all proprietary drawings now. But they are very cool, and big shout out to Nicole for joining the art team recently and helping out.
And Amy, right?
Yeah, Amy, Nicole, and Tish. And occasionally me when it needs to be a really basic drawing. Like a certain brain that's smiling that's coming out on a sticker soon. I do the colouring in.
What, on paint? Right click, fill.
We've got like a proper tablet and like a pen thing that I'll colour it in with like this.
You stay within the lines and everything.
Sometimes.
No,
I get a gold star. I get a gold star when I've done that. Sometimes I just colour in the whole thing, right, and then erase the bit that I don't want coloured in. We have so we could maybe do something, Kirtan. But the other side of that is we'd like if people want us to print stickers for them, drop us a line and we can sort that out as well because we do that for quite a few brands and clubs at the moment.
You did that for me.
Yeah.
Actually.
And I've got a special thing coming, haven't I?
You've got a few special things in the
From
post. Yes.
Taiwan or wherever it's coming, Tibet, Chile.
Are you talking about your new long
Just naming
sleeve?
random countries.
Yeah, I am. Yeah,
Yeah, if you're talking about your new long sleeve, you mean Lithuania, because
close enough.
that's where the supplier had that particular T-shirt in stock.
Yes.
But yes,
It
yes,
works.
yeah, and if it works for track days, once Milton's tested it, we're going to release that on the old website on a slightly more.
It works.
Oh.
What do you mean if it works? What are you expecting it to randomly combust after?
I fucking piss myself if it does.
By the way, Lindsay, that's Nicole's current MX5.
Oh, it's like it's like
That
a
is
Yeah, flip paint.
flip paint. Yeah.
comedian. We've got a genuine question coming, Bam.
Okay.
Do people
So-
still ask those?
Yes.
Yeah.
On a serious drifty note, who has the coolest, which is subjective, drift car in the UK that isn't comp spec? Or what builds you actually follow and like?
I feel left out of this because I don't know, so I'm just gonna go.
I mean,
You can just name some cool
I would
builds.
say Chris's 370Z, but he hasn't done any work on it for like 2 years.
And he hasn't driven in competition in a few years, so does that count?
It said isn't a competition spec car, which it's not because it's got no chassis.
I'm gutted because at the time the thing that I was gonna say was being built, it wasn't a competition. It wasn't a competition car, but it is now a competition car. So does that count?
We'll give
Who is
it
it?
to you because you're at a disadvantage.
Van Beek's
Yeah.
MX-5.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
always going to be a comp car, though.
Yeah, he didn't know it yet either.
but...
The one you recently built was always going to be a comp car.
What, the one with the Skunk 2 intake manifold?
Yeah, that's got like 400 horsepower or whatever they keep saying.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
That-
believable. That's believable. I was Kirtan said his waifu is not Nintendo. I know.
No, it's,
I
yeah, Nintendo hates them. Nintendo hates everyone, to be fair. See, now we're all thinking drift car.
no.
aren't
While they think about it, I'm going to answer Kirtan on this. In Japan, right? It's really important that you understand this, Kirtan. In Japan, there is no such thing as fair use. There's no such thing as fan art, a review, satire laws that let me get away with all the crap that we do with OnlyFans. There is just you're stealing someone's designs, and that's it, even if you draw it yourself. And you have to be careful with any Japanese company legally, because they'll just take your ass to court.
I haven't been drifting in so long that I can't think of a car that's not a cunt car.
It's all right. We've just had this
I
opened
know.
up. We have just had this opened up
I
to
know who.
what's the coolest
There was-
cunt car.
There was a V8 Capri at the last drift day, and that was cool. An S3 crate engine in a Capri. It was
That's cool.
sick.
See, I have trouble. I'm going to say this, and it's a little bit controversial. I have trouble because a lot of the cars that I really did love, people put liveries on, and then I think they look worse. So I'm struggling because a lot of my favorite cars now I don't like because I really like the clean street look, and as soon as it gets a livery, it's no longer a clean street look car. So I'm struggling here.
Does it have to be UK? Is that the
Yeah.
requirement?
Why is Lindsay saying at least we have corners?
Corners.
Yeah,
Don't know who's.
What?
I don't know.
Is that a
You
Formula
okay,
G?
Lindsay?
Is that a Formula G reference? Maybe.
Can you smell toast?
Yeah, we're scrambled
Asking
egg
if
on it.
Lindsay is okay is a very long thing to have enough time for tonight.
Yeah, we're getting towards the end of the hour actually.
Hang on, Bryn. Inbox me, hun. That's the right thing to say, right?
Yeah. To be
Okay.
fair, we're having a lot of votes for Tom Van Beek for top
Yeah,
today
Vanners.
competition car.
I'm gonna say this here, right? Vanners is an absolute legend. Without him, some of my cars would not still be on the road.
Neither would mine.
And I have a lot of time for Vanners, and if anyone says anything bad about him, I will fight them.
And then when you're finished with them, I'll fight them as well.
Is that because they'll already be a broken mush because it's me?
Yeah, exactly. You do all the work and then I'll take the glory.
Will has retracted a message.
Oh.
Oh.
Who did you insult, Will?
Oh.
Did anybody get to see what it was?
Did you get
No.
brave, Will? Did you insult Vanners?
I don't know, I really like.
I've decided the favourites, I think.
Yeah,
It
okay.
used to be Bolf's Chaser, but that's not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
It got
It's
crashed.
now probably either Alex Graff's Not a Chaser, Jack Frisbee's Not a
Oh,
Chaser,
yes.
Yeah.
or there's a red PS13 with like little black skirts around the bottom. And I see it all the time, and I have literally no idea who owns it, but it's the coolest thing because it's just effortlessly badass.
I always liked Sean's RX-8 before he sold it. Bright yellow one.
Yeah.
I forget the name of the guy that owns it. He did. The guy did run it through Drift Cup.
I wonder if that's still about.
I follow him on Instagram. I can't remember his name, but don't know whether it's still got a rotary in it.
I think
I really
I can't
like
remember.
Matt Dean.
I think
James Dean.
We all know.
Matt Dean. Matt Dean.
We
I
all
want to know
know.
who Matt Dean's car is. I don't know. Who's Matt Dean? What are you on about?
Just my name is getting wrong again. James Dean, the best drifter in the world.
But it's a comp car.
Yeah, we're allowed to do comp cars now.
Okay.
I mean, to be
So-
fair, he's got
so
a
I-
W92 BMW practice car.
I think we all know the greatest non-comp drift car
Don't dare say mine.
is I wasn't gonna is when you're 17 years old, right, and you get two McDonald's tray and you stick them under the back wheels of your Corsa.
Or a Seat Arosa in the snow because it is that day again.
That day.
It's that day every year.
I miss the days of making Bryn jump through windows. Right, we have been at this for an hour. Amy's away, so I need to go check on the doggos.
Yeah,
and
that's a good idea.
sadly, they
If
can't.
there's any more questions, we can roll them into when we record next
Well,
week.
no. We will. We'll do a sensible here. We're gonna do another one of these because actually, it's been quite fun hanging out with you all tonight, chatting, shooting the shift about a bit because YouTube doesn't like it when we fucking swear.
See what you did there? Shooting the shift. Like, subscribe, ding dong that notification bell.
That's the one, Milton. He's hot on it. If you like what we do, like, subscribe, do all that crap. If you want to support either Rear Axle, Divergence, or Violent Running, websites, everything are in descriptions of various videos. Go check them out. That's been Matt.
It has.
That's been Milton.
I love Firefly Speed Shop.
That's been Nunu. We will catch you all next week on an episode that we've probably already recorded, but we might not have done. And we will try and fit in. That wasn't sarcasm. That was a fact. It all depends which episode I decide to put up, Milton.
I'm just confused, that's all.
We know you're confused, mate. About a lot of things. Yeah, anyway. We will catch you next week on Shooting the Shift. We'll probably do another one of these in maybe a month's time. I don't know. That seems to make sense. And yeah, good boy.
Toodles.
Bye.